know what YouTube thinking. They didn't cut me off from live and they trying to stall me out. You know what? You can't stall this out. Karceno wave on them, baby. Yeah. Still rocking the Karceno wave on them. Oh! Do I love being right? I made a prediction video 2 hours before the game. I was about halfway asleep doing the prediction video. And I was 100% correct. You know, what could I tell you? They're not. This was the best you ever seen probably LeBron James play a first half of basketball. If you're a LeBron James fan, this is exactly the way you want LeBron to play. When he was playing in the first half, I'm like, who is this guy? I don't know him. Obviously, they let him get away with a lot of offensive fouls from his initial shove off. But he was playing basketball like a madman. He was shooting all the way in the paint before he would go up. There was no more kicking it out for threes. He made the decision that we're going to spread them out and I'm going to take off and I'm going to go one-on-one. That's good and it's bad. And I was saying that to myself. I was like, I should make a halftime video, but that might be too much. Because I was going to tell you how I saw the game going just like this. Cleveland got dead tired and old. They're the older team. They're the older legs. LeBron James couldn't even get off the floor. As you see from the thumbnail, he was like on the ground. Kevin Durant is in the air shooting. LeBron is done. He's done. He spent all his energy in the first half, and they were still down. You know, even when they were down one, it got to one, they just couldn't get the lead on Golden State. The refs did all they could. They basically told Draymond, you ain't playing tonight. Sit down. Because if Dre played, you wouldn't have seen this many turnovers. You had Livingston out here way too long. I would have, even when they were doing that, I wouldn't have left Livingston out so long and let him play so many minutes. It led to a lot of turnovers and mixed communication because he's not really in that lineup you saw. That was due to Draymond getting slapped with those fouls. They slapped Kevin Durant with a lot of fouls. Like I said, I almost dread how the Cleveland game is going to go when they get to Cleveland. That's how bad things have been going. But that's what I told you. They have so many pieces on the team that it can put you in a bad predicament. The team lost confidence in J.R. Smith. And what J.R. does is his ability to defend. Once that's questioned and you feel better going with Kyle Korver, then that means you're not getting enough. And they've lost confidence in J.R., which is not going to be good going forward for 3 and 4 because mentally, how is he going to get around that? And they're like, look, we're trying something. Kyle hit a couple of threes. Kyle Korver hitting a couple of threes is not really going to help you. It's good, but they're going to run out on him anyway. The rest of your role players have to step up and not be role players. They have to be the man. They have to be the ones that's going to take it. Translation. This is the translation that I mean. Kevin Love should have continued to do what he was doing in the first half. Getting the ball in the box, going straight up, no dribbling, shooting in the paint. Putting pressure on Golden State to have to come back and score each possession. You're getting yourself back in the game. You're saving people's legs. You're not letting people run through a lot of picks. And Kevin Durant kept LeBron moving. He can't guard Kevin Durant. I don't care what he does. I don't care what he do. LeBron cannot guard him. And he had one of the best first halves you can ever get. But in the second half, what did he score? Like maybe 4? He was dead tired at the half. He never got his legs back. He was done. He was huffing and puffing in that third quarter like, save me. He was done. Completely spent. And when you play a game at this pace, normally Kyrie would step up and take over. But because of how the style of play was, he can't do that. This type of game, you can't just go ISO and win the game. Because going ISO 1-on-1, you got to move the ball. And this is what I said the good and the bad was when LeBron was doing what he was doing. It was keeping, when it was Kevin Love and LeBron, they kind of left Kyrie out there. And Kyrie I was like, he's going to have to find his stroke probably in the fourth. But by then, it's going to be too late. And then he's going to force it. And what happened? Forced it. Fourth quarter, it was complete panic. When Kevin Durant got rolling, they couldn't do anything about it. LeBron couldn't respond on the pick and roll switches. I like how they guarded Steph Curry in the first half. When the first half, they kept big bodies on him. Kyle Korver was doing a good job of holding them, and they did a lot of crosses on him. Richard Jefferson kneeing him in the thigh, banging him up. Curry injured his wrist a little bit. You know, it's a little sore on the last play. You know, Tristan Thompson slinging him to the ground. And this is why I'm wondering what Kerr is doing keeping him out there. He took a hit that towards the end of the game he shouldn't even have to take. Shouldn't even been on the floor. Ian Clark should have been in the game. You know, see, lineup switches like that is what irritates me. You know the game's over. When they take LeBron out, Curry should have came out immediately. Get your stars out. The game, they conceding the game. They know it's over. They have no shot of winning. So, as I predicted, once again, Golden State would pull away in the fourth quarter, and they pretty much did. Towards the end of the third, there's when Durant really got rolling, but shots like this, where you see Kevin Durant is going over the top, and LeBron's not even moving. Mainly because, like I told you, his legs were gone. He could give you nothing. I think in the fourth quarter he may score one basket because no energy. None. He was totally evaporated. And what more can you say about Klay Thompson? I mean, he found his stroke. And once he found his stroke, he had like 20 points, 7 up 11 shooting. When you're a shooter, you know you'll be all right. Because it's not like you've lost the ability to shoot. Some of them was just rolling out. But once he got in the rhythm, it kept him alive. That's what happened when you got 4 difference makers on the court. You can't foul everybody out. You got to have the game watchable. You know, a lot of them were mental fouls. Draymond made a couple of fouls he didn't need to make. Steph Curry made a lot of decisions on the court he didn't need to make. He did a lot of jump in the air, try to pass the ball. And when Curry makes mistakes, he makes them in series in a row. He makes sure you don't forget the mistake because he's going to make 1, 2, 3 in a row. You'd be like, Steph, what is going on with you right now? You know, and that's normally when you got to stop the momentum, call a 20, you know, get his head back together, or let Dre run the point. But see, this is the problem. They would have had Dre running the point had Dre not gotten in foul trouble. He should have knew what time it was and said, okay, I see what's happening here. I can't take dumb fouls. That's going to take me out the game. Because he got hit with a dumb foul and ended up having to sit down. And it's like, come on, Dre. You know what time it is. You know they got to like, look, man, we can't have y'all blow them out by 30 at the half and people turn away. We got to at least let them watch to the third quarter. Then ain't nothing we could do to save them. And that's how the attitude was nothing we could do to save them. And that was it. And the fourth quarter, when Klay hit the 3, that's what really started the floodgates. And to me, I felt that was the most efficient, like the team had been. I'm sitting there waiting for comments. I keep forgetting I'm not live. I like the way Cleveland, made the adjustments in the second half. But in the first half, going with a smaller offense, trying to run with Golden State, spreading them out, letting LeBron be physical. it's going to work, but you got to be able to make some defensive stops on the other end. They were going back and forth. You're not going to beat Golden State that way. They got too many weapons. Like I told you, they score 1 every 4 possessions. So if you're going to score, you got to make sure you score 1 every 4 possessions. You don't have a team that can mount that type of offense, and it's going to exert your old legs, that you have. And LeBron burnt his whole gas tank out in the first half. Second half, he was just dead because Kevin Durant can run 4 quarters like it's nothing. He's young. And as long as he can do that, you're not going to be able to beat him. And you can't hold him down. Kevin Durant is driven right now. And defensively, you start seeing little mistakes happen on the field, play by play by play. Prime example. Isn't there. So when he's pulling up, taking shots, they can live with those. They be like, thank you. He's shooting. All right. We know he's like 1. He's going to give us 1 out of maybe 3 in a row. He might miss. He might hit another 1. He's not a consistent shooter like that. But him pushing the ball towards the basket is what they needed from him. Kyle Korver being in the game early on helped him. I think they could have went with JR a little bit and gave Kyle Korver a blow, because Kyle Korver was getting caught in switches, and he played to the best of his ability. But when they switch, for some reason they don't communicate well enough, and guys were getting lost in the shuffle. People didn't know who they were supposed to pick up on the switches, and that has been their biggest drawback as a team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, is communication on defense and switches. That's why their interior defense is the worst, probably in NBA history, for any team to be in the NBA Finals. They give up so many dunks, so many layups, and points in the paint. And when you're a team that lives and dies by the 3-point shot, you need to make sure, by all means, you have something, in the paint, or somebody that works the inside. You got to have some movement of the ball. Can't do 1-pass shoot. If you're going to play 1-pass shoot, that plays right into the hands of Golden State, because they're going to run you out. They're going to run you through picks. They're going to keep the ball moving every possession. And by doing that, they keep LeBron James tired. He can't rest. All those guys are just too conditioned, too good at shooting, too much execution on one end. And I've never seen LeBron James more visibly tired than he was in this game. He was mentally and physically worn down. And he played one of the best first halves I've ever seen him play. From a basketball perspective, he was making the right decision every time going down the court. And whether he missed the shot or not, they didn't call the foul or not, he was making the right plays. And that's all you can ask for your player, is to make sure they make the right plays on the court. That's what you want to see. But LeBron got to the point where he was so exhausted, he had to come out of the game. He didn't want to come out the game. He had no choice. He was that tired. He was physically worn into the ground. And from a mental standpoint, when you're doing all you can, and there's just nothing you could do. No matter you scoring 30, you got 16 rebounds, you got a triple-double, Kevin Love got 20, Kyrie got 19. You would think this stay up by 20. They losing by 20. How is this happening? Ball movement, execution. You the past, bruh. And when you can work a team out like that, it's only one result. And look at that. That's a defeated man. Have you ever seen him look like that? It was so obvious. They were like, whoa, my God. Like, they never seen LeBron like that. He looks tired there. Yeah, he's tired there. He's done. Now, do you think they could do another 3-1 miracle? Let's say Cleveland get one game. Let's say they get game 3. Like what, last year? Do you think they could go back to Golden State, pull off that victory? I already know where they went wrong at. Too much ISO. And I knew it was going to come back to bite them. They were having some success. Came back to bite them. But once again, don't forget to subscribe to your boy Karceno here. I have restocked now on my tissue. I feel really good. Now I'm finna go drop a bomb. Swish! Curry style.